Welcome to the How to Be podcast with Brittany Reid. Unraveled conversations of all unique and untamed ways of being. Building a millionaire mindset while sitting in ceremony, and all things whole food related. How to Be is inspired to relax into the subtleties to reconnect with self, all while manifesting our wildest dreams.
Hello. Welcome back to another How to Be podcast episode with Brittany Reid. And today I'm talking about a polarizing topic. I don't think anything is new around here. So today's topic is around taking things personally in business. And this comes with a lot of different experiences, what this means, the challenges and everything. But the encompassing theme of this is how, when something happens in your business, what are the steps to take that feel good for you, that feel in alignment, but that also keep your brand really strong. And I want to start off with saying that your business is not you. Your business is an extension of you. Therefore, it's important to build the muscle where you do not take things personally, because your business is an extension of you. It isn't you, and it's just an extension, a very beautiful extension, something life transforming. But when we're doing everything in our business, when we're a smaller business, we're wearing all of the hats, it's easy to take things personally because you're personally really involved in all of the ways in your business. But as you grow and you implement certain systems in your business, you can start to remove yourself so that you can stay where you're meant to be and also to not take things personally. So for an example, someone's really excited to buy from you. They want to join. They know it's for them. They don't buy from you. And you feel like selling is hard because you can never make a sale. And it's hard and people are all just ghosting you. That happens. It can happen, but it's more important to understand what is it in your messaging and how you're showing up that's attracting the wrong ideal client. That's your first step if you're experiencing, some selling is hard sort of thought patterns and you just want to throw in the towel and you feel like everyone doesn't want to purchase, they don't value your work, you always have to discount. That can be an experience. Another experience is someone signs up, they get all sorted and ready to go, and then they don't want to be part of it and they want a refund or they want to get out of what they've committed to. That can happen, and this is a little bit more of a interesting and multi-layered experience because one, they've committed, you've taken the payment and you're ready to go and you've maybe spent time with them, and then now they want out and they want to break their commitment. Say you have that there's no refunds, but they're asking for a refund. How do you navigate that and not take it personally? It's challenging, it's hard, but it's important that you stand as a leader and ask yourself, is this refund more of an energetic drain on me than not? Or is this refund going to potentially put my brand in a space where someone could leave a bunch of negative reviews because they're operating from a wounded space? Or just more energy to take on this person that's already not committed and wanting to show up and following through with it? Like, what is the actual weight there? And it's important that you have these systems like contracts and terms and conditions to, one, protect yourself and also protect your clients as well, or your students or customers, and for them to be really, really clear. And it's something important that I actually have all of my clients, like, they receive the contract and they read it, and I ask them, do you have any questions about the contract? You fully understand? Like, these are all things you can do. You can even set up your discovery call where at the very start you say, for training purposes, and that we record our discovery calls. You need to be recording this at this part, but are you okay with it being recorded, the call? And the thing is it protects you because you can actually go back to the call if something were to ever happen, to actually fully understand what was the communication, rather than going he said, she said, he said sort of thing, where there can be a lot of fog in that, because it also helps you protecting you legally as well. And so there's these things that you can do in your business that actually set it up so that, one, you're taken care of, your clients are taken care of, the communication is really clear. But the biggest thing is if someone asks for a refund, it's very important that you sit and understand, is this refund more of a detriment to my brand and my business than just simply refunding it and going against my boundary that we have? Because sometimes it is. Sometimes it's actually just a lot less emotional energy, as well as brand and your brand, people understanding your brand. And people can leave Google reviews, and people can do a lot to try to destroy a business too, if they so wish. And I mean, the biggest thing is that if they're doing that and they're attacking in that way, it's often that they're wounded and they're not operating from a very leveled, clear space. But is that more of a detriment than potentially a $250 contract or whatever it is? This is something that you need to ask yourself. And as a leader in your business, as the business owner and the CEO, this is where being neutral is really important, because you aren't your business. They aren't attacking you personally. They're attacking your business. And a business is an extension of yourself. There's something that wasn't clear in the messaging, in the conversation, before you vetted them. And that's okay, because it's a learning process, and you need to find kindness within yourself to navigate these situations that potentially can come up. But if someone, say, too, like you trigger one of your clients based off of the work that you're doing, you really unpacked something that held a lot of weight in their body, it can be emotional for them. And that's also something that isn't yours to take on. And you're holding the space, you're creating that safe space. And also understand, maybe there's certain things that you're actually not equipped to unpack with them. So for an example, for me, it's really important when I get on a call that my clients also have more than just me as their support system. They have a team of individuals that they work with in multiple different things, because as we go through these layers and as we evolve and break the patterns that aren't serving us, there can be a lot that comes up. And this is where it's important to have those boundaries and those support systems around for your clients. And you're not meant to heal everyone with all of the things, right? So your business is not you. Your business is an extension of you. Therefore, when something like this potentially has happened, I've had one experience that wasn't at all fun to move through, but I asked myself, one, am I going to give this power over me? Am I going to start hiding, not sharing what I want to share, and giving that individual or that experience power? No, that's not a leader. That's not a coach. That is not someone I would want to invest into. Because if you're allowing yourself to become smaller, that means that someone has power over you. And it's not about how to win or who's right or who's wrong. It's about actually deciphering what is the best thing we can do, even if it is something that I have a boundary in my business about. So you need to remove your ego, your emotions out of this experience and come through as a leader and a CEO of a brand, of a business. Is it simpler just to give them the refund? Or is it simpler to just give them an extra session? Is it simpler to just give them a refund and then also cancel the contract? So like you're not working together at all and it's very clear. Like these are all things that you need to ask yourself as a business owner, because when you take it personally and you feel personally attacked, which is hard when someone's coming after your creative being and the way you set things up. But that's why also we're not for everyone. So this comes down to, taking a step back, doing what you need to do, but are you going to take a pause if you need to, depending on what it's brought up for you? Like this is just an indicator of the evolution for you and your business, right? So every experience we have, rather positive or negative, challenging or exciting, it's an experience for us to evolve, and experiencing for us to really understand maybe what's something that we haven't integrated in our business. Because like there's not a business blueprint in terms of these are the exact things that you need to do. You learn what you need to bring into your business by experience, truthfully. And sometimes that means that you have to go through a really challenging situation, and sometimes not, and that's okay. But instead of taking it personally, instead of being like this person's like attacking me and everything I'm about, it's this person's coming at a wounded place and not in a clear space potentially. Or did I actually do something that caused the lack of clarity and communication? So it's a very intricate, multi-layered space to go through. But the moral of this whole conversation, the moral of the story, the theme of the story is that your business is an extension of you. Therefore, as a business owner, as you evolve and you want to grow your business and scale your business, you're going to be more visible. You're going to be working with more people. You're going to have more potential things happen because of just the container you're holding. The more visible, the more audience, the bigger amount of students, all of these things, for someone to say you did something wrong, or to someone want a refund, or to someone not want to actually follow through with their commitment. Like this is going to be part of it. It's just going to be, as you grow and become more visible, it's just going to happen. I believe that it's really important that businesses, if you are someone listening here and you do have, a bigger business and this has happened to you, you shed light on that, because I don't think a lot of businesses talk about this polarizing subject because it's not fun to talk about, and it's something we wish we all didn't have to go through, but it potentially can happen. And, I know a lot of big like influencer accounts or big brands where the amount of messages they get that are negative, there's a lot of them because they're so visible, and people aren't for everyone. Therefore, people sometimes think that they can, justify their opinions about you and who you are that you actually portray online. So there's a lot of layers to this, but as an entrepreneur, it's your responsibility to be a leader, to be that coach. And at some point of time, you might have to really check in with yourself of how you're actually operating in this space, and are you allowing them power over you and determining where you show up and how you show up in your business, or are you separating yourself and really just going, you know what, that was a tough experience. I did what I could do best with it, and now I'm going to implement X, Y, and Z so that I don't have to go through that, and that person, or that future person, doesn't have to go through something similar. But it's not to say that business is all going to be rainbows and sparkles and exciting moments. There's going to be challenging moments. There's going to be moments where someone disagrees with you, or moments where someone tries to take your brand through the ringer. Like it happens. But that's also just a reflection of the inner work that you're meant to do as an entrepreneur. And then also as a business owner, what can you do to shift how you're showing up, your messaging, and attracting those individuals as well? You might be attracting them because you need to go through a healing experience. And it's of course not fun to go through, but there's always a bigger message. There's always a bigger purpose to these. And I it's a disservice for you to allow someone to have power over you, because then that influences all of your decisions going forward. Therefore, that means that everything you produce in your business, your offerings and that aren't actually calibrated at your highest self, at your clearest, most balanced self, because you have something powering over you. You have an influence happening in your decisions. Almost like when people have a fear to, start something new because they feel like they're going to be judged like by a family member or something, it's still that you have power over you. And so your business is an extension of you. It is not you. Therefore, as a growing entrepreneur and CEO, it's your responsibility to not take things personally. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's your responsibility to lead, meaning that you have to sometimes break, I'm air quoting, your rules of, rescheduling or canceling or refunds or, just these situations so that you don't jeopardize the brand and all of the energy that you've put into your business. Because the thing is that people can do really dark, shady things, and that's their own stuff. But it's your responsibility to keep your brand at a vibrational experience that is the truth, right? And sometimes it's more of an actual negative impact by you following through with a potential rule that you have in your business than just actually breaking that rule so that your business and your brand can thrive after it. And then taking that learning, experiencing, and doing the work, doing the inner work, and creating the solution to your business operations so that it doesn't happen again. And, I've had this experience. I've had individuals that have had an experience that has had all of their wounds and layers and with me, and then they, go and try to say things about my brand and who I am, which isn't truth. And so I actually don't judge a person until I've had an experience with them. I don't even judge them after. I just understand that my experience with that person is my experience with them. It might be a learning experience. It might be a forever long, happy experience. It might be whatever it is. But if someone says something about someone else, I actually don't have any truth behind it because I've never had that experience with them. Therefore, I'm not going to judge them based off of their evolving journey as a human being. I'm not going to hold them to it. I'm going to go, okay, that's an interesting experience you've had. I'm like, wow, that must have been challenging. But, I'm also going to stand up for the truth of what I know that person to be. And I think that's what differentiates me. I had a client that says something similar around that really is something why I stand out, is that I will not judge you for an experience that you've had with someone else, because my experience with you is the truth. And how we interweave together is the truth, right? Because I'm a whole evolving being, you're a whole evolving being, and our interaction is a very unique experience. So whether you're anyone, I'm just not going to. It's just part of my embodiment and my belief that if someone has a bad experience with one brand, say if we go back to business versus the other brand, it actually, I might have a totally different experience with that brand that they had a bad experience with, right? It doesn't say anything. So you also need to look at it from yourself and not be influenced by other people's perceptions of things, because their perceptions of things are using their 64 facets of their brain to create that, and all of their ancestral patterning, their traumas, their wounds, their experiences as a human being. And so it's a very, very intricate topic, but no one is trying to really truthfully, when they're operating from their truth, they're not trying to personally attack you. It's just they're going through a learning experience, and you are as well. And how can you find compassion for yourself? But how can you disconnect emotionally in your business, because your business isn't you? They're not coming at you. They're coming at an experience they're having within your business, aka your offerings, the way that you're operating your business. And again, people aren't for everyone. Therefore, maybe your brand and what you offer isn't actually for them. Maybe they're better off working with someone else, because they'll, at the end of the day, that means that one, you get the opportunity to work with people that are more your dream clients, as well as they get the opportunity of a true life transformational experience. So it's a win-win at the end of the day. And sometimes that means that breaking some of your business boundaries so that, one, you protect your brand and everything you've built, as well as your emotional being, and you don't have to have it drag on for weeks and weeks and weeks and months and years, because that experience can really power over you and influence all of the decisions you make in your business. And so it's really important to remind yourself that, and I remind myself all the time, and as we grow and we work with more students, and that, there's an opportunity where potentially more people might not enjoy the work that we do. And that doesn't mean that the work that we do isn't powerful and life transformational, because it very well is. And I know that to be true. And I know that, but it's not for everyone. I'm not for everyone. Therefore, as we grow and we become more visible, we have more visibility, meaning there's more people that potentially could, project their wounds and traumas and experiences our way. But I'm not going to take it personally, because that's their experience and that's what they're moving through. But I have me as a CEO and as a leader and a coach, I have the responsibility to create the solution so that everyone does have an incredible experience. And incredible experience also means challenging, in life. It doesn't mean that there's not depth to it. But it's my responsibility to lead. Therefore, if I'm talking about things that I'm talking about in my business, I need to embody that. And I need to be making sure that I'm looking at all areas and going, no one has power over me. No one there's none of that. I'm going to do the things I need to do as a CEO so that my students get the best experience, I get the best experience, and there's clear communication, there's policies and procedures and everything. But also there is a time and place where I can step back going, is this actually more jeopardizing to everything we've built than not? And maybe that means me breaking a rule. And that's okay, because the thing is that rules are just these guidelines. They're simple guidelines. They don't need to be so rigid. They're guidelines. And yes, do we have refunds? No, we don't, because people work with me with my time but I only vet the people that are really ready to join. And I really make sure that they're not going to be in a financial situation that paralyzes them to go back to wounds or go back to, a stressful state where they can't actually operate from. So that's a whole other subject. But the biggest thing is that your business is not you. It's an extension of you. Therefore, if something happens in your business, if you get a negative comment on your Instagram feed, with someone that doesn't agree with what you've said, don't give energy to that. Give energy to the 99% of people that resonate, that are in alignment with your core message and what you do, and feed that. And if you have power over you by an experience, something that was really emotional and traumatic for your being, that's your work right now. And it's okay. But if you start to take action on things in your business based off of that experience, you're being influenced. Therefore, all of your content and your offerings is not of an actual truth. It's not deeply in alignment with you, because there's an influence happening. And so it's important that you check in. And so maybe some forgiveness work around you and the situation and the experience and the person is needed. Maybe there's some, operational things that you need to bring into your business so that you're more supported and they're more supported. And it's a constant evolving journey, because as you keep growing and sharing your medicine online and sharing your teachings, there potentially will be more people that don't resonate with it and that will voice it. And it has nothing to do with you. It can be a projection of their own inner stuff. But if you take that on, are you actually leading and being a CEO of your business? So that's the question. So have kindness and support and compassion for yourself, and have it for the other individual, and know that each experience you have in your business, whether it's challenging or exciting, is all an experience, and you have the ability to transcend from it and implement something that supports that, because we're all just learning through this, really. We're all just learning through entrepreneurship and growing a business. And sometimes, we do things that might backfire, and it's okay though. We need to find that forgiveness within ourselves in that experience so that we can choose a different way of being and embodiment as we grow and evolve on this path. So that is all for now. Satnam, friends. I'm wishing you the most beautiful day. And if you want to turn your profit into knowledge, if you're wanting to start leading people through transformational experiences and taking what you have in your business already and bringing it online through strategy and digital presence and digital marketing and branding, and really actually be paid for the knowledge and experiences and expertise that you already have, we have a 90-day business accelerator program that is enrolling students to come into a container and work with me, where I'm going to teach you how to turn your knowledge into profit and how can we leverage your knowledge and actually make a new revenue stream from. So whether you're starting a business or you're already in business looking to create a new revenue stream and be paid for the knowledge that you already have, this is for you. It's the exact methodology that I have taken my one-on-one clients through, as well as me personally, to give you the exact steps to take so you don't have to fumble around the how and what and all of the questions, as well as if you don't know what knowledge you want to turn into profit, but you do know that you really want to create impact, this also is for you, because you will discover what that knowledge is through the process. And so I want to put more money into your pocket with the knowledge that you already have so that you can make more income, you can have more time, and you can be doing whatever you want whenever you want. So come into the program. The bonuses are available. We have over $3,000 of bonuses. I'm giving you the methodology of rituals and energetic strategy and spirituality and how it all weaves together as an entrepreneur so that you can grow a sacred empire. You can grow a beautiful business off of your knowledge, but you can also stay balanced and in alignment with yourself and learn wealth codes and energetic strategies that actually quantum leap you forward in your earning potential. So they're all available. You can click the link below in the show notes and hop on a call with me where I'm going to answer all of your questions. We're going to see if it's the right fit for you, and you can take advantage of the fast action bonuses if you wish. But I am ready to walk you through the process of turning your knowledge into profit so that you can be paid and be highly compensated for what you already have in your expertise and serve globally. That means that you can serve people around the world, which is so powerful. So it's a full encompassing business program, and the show notes has the link for you. And also you can reach out on Instagram at Brittany C. Reid or pop me an email at info@brittanyreid.ca as well. So wishing you a beautiful day. I'm super excited to welcome all of the students that are rolling into the Knowledge to Profit method. And I would love to also know what takeaway that you have from this podcast episode all around not taking things so personally in entrepreneurship. So send a review. And if you've been listening, it is so important that we hear from our listeners, and it allows us to continue to show up and share this knowledge. So if you have been listening or if this is your first listen, please share, review, and a 5-star rating. And we are so thankful for our listeners, because without you, we wouldn't be here. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. A little gift for you. This episode is brought to you by the Kundalini Kriya that I began to practice to 3 times my revenue last year. You can download this Kundalini Kriya in the show notes and receive abundance, alignment, space, and ease with generating your desired income and impact this year.
Thank you for listening in on How to Be Podcast with Brittany Reid. It's been an absolute blessing to have you here with us. Don't forget to subscribe and share a review. You can find more info on Brittany Reid at brittanyreid.ca and follow all of the adventures and stillness on Instagram and Facebook at Brittany C. Reid. We rise together.